Just want to get this chat box. Okay. Using now we use for this is actually, if you see percentage, it is actually two words, even though we say percent or percentage as a single word, but you can see two words here. Per means for every. Per means for every. Cent means 100. Okay, cent means 100. So when I try to calculate for every 100, it becomes percent, and we use the symbol like this. So usually when you prepare your resume, okay, so nowadays people might ask you in CGPAs, or earlier you used to mention in percentages. So some of them may be in percentages, 10th class, intermediate, degree. So people might be interested in percentages, because the different universities, different colleges have maximum score. Sometimes depending on the course which you are doing, the maximum marks may be different. Some universities might evaluate for 800 marks. Some universities might evaluate the student for 1000 marks. Some universities may evaluate for 1200 marks, like that. So examiner or interviewer, they don't go by, okay, what is the maximum mark and how many marks you have actually scored. Instead of that, they might ask you the percentage. When student says the student has scored some 78%, so that means, what is my understanding now? Out of 100, the student score is 78. If the student is saying my percentage is 85%, so instead I'm not calculating out of 1200, out of 1000, out of 800. Now I'm only mentally assuming or thinking that, okay, if the student is saying 85% or written in a resume like 85%, that means out of every 100 marks, the student score is 85 marks. It's easy to comprehend or understand, okay, how good the student is in academics, how good the student is in academic. That way we will be able to, okay, understand, right? So uh, similarly, day-to-day applications also, we might be looking at percentages. Say today it is cloudy, so immediately if you are going out, you are thinking whether you should carry a raincoat or an umbrella, and you want to check Google. And in Google, you will find that weather report. Okay, so you have a weather app, and it might say 80% chance of a rain. So it looks very high. 80% chance of a rain, when weather report is saying that most probably rain will occur. And if it says that it is 10% chance of a rain, now you might take it light. It's only 10%. It may rain or it may not rain. Okay, so percentages, unknowingly will be using it in our day-to-day life. So that is the reason why very important concept, percentages. Chapters which are based on percentages will be your profit and loss. So if you are good at percentages, you will be able to do good in profit and loss. Simple interest, compound interest chapter, or partnership, or wherever, okay, wherever that you have percent symbol, you can uh, part partnership. Okay, fine. Similarly, in mensuration, say length of a rectangle is increased by 20%. So breadth of the rectangle is increased by 10%. What is the overall effect on the area? Area is increased by how much? Percentage of area increased by how much? Okay, so in each chapter, you can have percentage introduced. Okay, so this is a little bit of introduction to the chapter percentages. And we will do some detailed analysis of this chapter. Few questions also we will definitely solve. Percent means the result for every 100. So when I try to calculate on 100 basis, it becomes percentage. And all of you should go through this table, and immediately probably you may not be able to go through, but take a pic of it or a screenshot of it. And it is there in the, okay, in the, if you download the question paper, you will automatically get this also. So from the site, if you download, you will get the details. So just a little analysis, we will understand how the table is built. If you look at this, okay, so if you look at this 1 by 2, denominator is increasing 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And in fact, the value of the fraction is decreasing. If you look at the decimal here, so initially half means 0.5, 1/3 is 0.33, 1/4 is 0.25, 1/5 is 0.20. If you look at this, the value is coming down. When the denominator of a fraction is increasing, value comes down. Logical thinking. And if you look at the percentage, I might say half, and I might also say, yeah, Sahit, I have done 10 questions in the class. Another 5, 6 questions are there in that chapter. You can try and complete them. Sahit is okay. Yesterday we have done averages. So because average is only one formula, and most of the time you will be able to solve with little thinking. Okay, so that is the reason why we have devoted 1 day to averages. Percentages we'll do 2 days because it's very important from your placement perspective. So chapters which are important, relevant from your placement perspective, we'll be spending maybe a day extra on those chapters, Sahit. So averages, okay, with little effort, you will be able to definitely do it for yourself. Because the concept, average is nothing but sum of the items divided by number of items. Okay. When it comes to percentages, half means 50%. Half means 50%. Okay, so 50%, if I write 50%, 50% is 50 by 100, 50 times 1, 50 times 2. Same, okay. As far as values are concerned, I might say in fraction 1 by 2, in percentage 50%, in decimal I might say it is 0.5. Similarly, 1/3, 1/3 is nothing but 33, 1 by 3%, 0.33. 1/4, 1/4 is same as 25%. 1 by 4 is same as 25 by 100. If I cancel out, it will again become 1 by 4. So it is same as 0.25. So as far as values are concerned, it is same. So now you might ask me why this table is useful to me. So I will ask you a question. What is 16 2 by 3% of say 300? So I'm asking you a question now. 16 2 by 3% of 300. I'm just waiting so that one of you will reply. What is 16 2 by 3% of 300? Sahit replied, but it looks little more. Okay, so please remember when you know the table, you start looking this number 16 2 by 3% as 1 by 6. So this is simply what is 1 by 6 of means multiplication symbol. So what is the answer? Answer is 50. 16 2 by 3% is same as you see 50% is 1 by 2. 50% is same as 1 by 2. 16 2 by 3% is same as 1 by 6. So 1 by 6 of 300, which is equal to 50. So hope you are able to get this. This is the advantage of this table. This is the advantage of this table. Okay, sometimes it may not be very okay accurate, but more or less in the exam, okay, this table will definitely help. Okay, so I'll ask you one more question. So what is say 12.5% of 800? Now that I have given a clue, 12.5% of 800. So either you can unmute and tell me the answer, or you can put it in the chat box. Yeah, Sahit says it is 100. So all of you try to reply it or unmute so that I know that you are. So Antra Gupta, Jashwant, Rohit, Pragata, Sahit Eneo is answering through the chat box. So please find one of them convenient to you. Unmuting and answering. If you find it convenient, please do it. If you find it, put it in the chat box is easy. Please. So I need, okay, so little because only few students are there. Okay, so we can always, only few students are there. So let's make it right. So 12.5% is, yeah, somebody is saying something. Who is this? Okay. So quickly you have, I think, muted before I could see. 12.5% is nothing but 1 by 8. Okay, 1 by 8 of 800. 1 by 8 of 800 is nothing but 100. Okay, so as a student who is preparing for exams, okay, whatever be the exam, wherever this arithmetic is there, okay, whatever exams you are taking, some of you might be taking competitive exam, some of you might be focusing on companies visiting your campus, or you, okay, offline campus drives you may attend. So whichever, wherever arithmetic reasoning topics are there, it is going to be helpful. So this table will save some time for you, and most of them with little time, with little effort, you will be able to get it. So to know 50% is half, it doesn't take much time. To know 1/3 is 33 1 by 3. To know 1 by 4 is 25%. To know 1 by 5 is 20%. So like that, you should be able to pick up. Okay, so some things it might take little time for you to remember, but look at how the values are changing, how it is coming down. Okay, so that way you will be able to remember. So 1 by 8 is 100. Okay, so one last one I would like to try. Say for example, what is okay, 8.33% of 600? Anybody is giving me the answer?
49.9, sir.
Yeah, precise. Sahit, okay. Jashwant, like, as I told you, little variation because we have rounded it off to 2 decimal places. So, looking at the choices, okay, so 8.33%, I remember this as 1 by 12. 1 by 12 of 600, okay, is 50. Approximately 50. So, at least the closest answer you are coming to know, because we have rounded it off to 2. But other cases, you don't have problem. So 1 by 2 is straight away 50%. 1 by 3, again a decimal is there. 33, 1 by 3%. 1 by 4, no confusion. Precise answer, which is 25%. 1 by 5 is again precise answer, which is 20%. Okay. So, but knowing this table will help you to arrive or come to the closest answer possible. Okay, so at least by tomorrow you should try and get okay, many of them, if not all of them. So just focus for about 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, try to get as many as possible. So let's go forward now. And if you look at this table, again, everything is there in the PPT, which you can download, or PDF file, which you can download. Okay, 1 by 2 is 50%. We already discussed. 1 by 3 is 33, 1 by 3%. So 1 by 3, next is 2 by 3. So after that, it will be 3 by 3, which is equal to 1. So this part I am not telling you because you already know it. So at least a number lesser than the denominator. So 3 is the denominator, lesser than that is 1, lesser than that is 2. So 33 1 by 3, 2 by 3 will become 66 2 by 3. So sometimes 66 2 by 3 might be given in the exam. So which is nothing but 2/3. Similarly, 1 by 4, you know 25%. And if I say 2 by 4, 2 by 4 is nothing but 1 by 2. Again, 1 by 2, you know 50%. That is the reason why I'm not giving you 2 by 4. I'm giving you 3 by 4. 4. Lesser than 4 is 1. Lesser than 4 is 2. Lesser than 4 is 3. And then 4 by 4 will become 1. Similarly, if you look at 1 by 5, then 2 by 5, then 3 by 5, then 4 by 5. So 1 by 5, you know 20%. 2/5 is 40%. 3/5 is 60%. 4/5 is 80%. Similarly, 1/6 is 16 2 by 3%. Straight away, we went to 5 by 6, which is 83.33%. Sometimes in the exam, you can find or you might be finding this number 83.33. So in other words, it is same as 5 by 6. So why I have not given you 2 by 6? 2 by 6 is nothing but 1 by 3. 1 by 3 you already know, which is 33 1 by 3%. Why I have not given 3 by 6? 3 by 6 is nothing but 1 by 2. 1 by 2 you already know, which is 50%. Why I have not given you 4 by 6? 4 by 6 is nothing but 2/3. 2/3 you already know, which is 66 2 by 3%. So after that 5 by 6. 5 by 6 I have given you. You know 6 by 6 is equal to 1. So at least a number lesser than the denominator. So some of them repetition is there. I have skipped those repetitions. Okay, 1 by 7 is a different phenomenon altogether. If you are looking at 1 by 7, 2 by 7, 3 by 7, 4 by 7, 5 by 7, 6 by 7, if you look at this 14.2857, 28.5714, 42. So you might be thinking it is very, very difficult to remember. If you, I'm just highlighting this area. So probably you can see in your screen, I'm highlighting. It is initially you think that it is very, very difficult to remember. But okay, there is a trick here, how to remember. So 1 by 7, this is what you should remember. 1 by 7. What is 7 double? Double of 7. Okay, 14. What is the double of 14? Double of 14 is 28. What is double of 28? 28 double is 56. The last digit, because we are stopping here, this is rounded to 7. Instead of 56, we write 57. So now you look at this 14, 7 double is 14, 28, 14 double is 28, 28 double is 56 because the last digit is getting rounded. Instead of 56, it is 57. 14.2857. At fourth decimal, we are rounding it off. We can still extend, but we are rounding it off to, okay, so the next higher digit. Okay, how to remember 2 by 7 is the challenge now. How to remember? So after 1, okay, so it is starting with 1. It is starting with 1. So the sequence is same. If you are looking at the sequence is same. So after 1, what is the next higher digit? It is 2. 4, 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7. After 1, the next higher digit is 2. So starting with the 2. So first 2, 2, 8, then I have 5, 7, then I have 1, 4. It is cyclical in nature. It is cyclical in nature. So I started with 2, 8. So 28.57, then 1, 4. Similarly, what is 3 by 7? So 1 is over, 2 is over. What is the next higher digit? The next higher digit is 4. The next higher digit is 4. So you start with 4. So what is the sequence here? 4, 2, 8, 5, 7 and 1 will come back in the last. 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, 1. So hope you are getting the sequence now. Same numbers. There is no change in the numbers, but they become cyclical. So what is 3 by 7? Starting with 4. After 4, what is the next number? 5. So it is starting with 57 and then you have 1428. So numbers are becoming cyclical. So whichever number you start, again go to the right side and then add the left side numbers. Similarly 5 by 7, similarly 6 by 7. Okay, so hope you got this trick how to remember this. But one fundamental thing which you have to remember to generate the whole sequence is 1 by 7 is 14, 28, 56. Okay, 6 is rounded to 7. And that is also easy to remember. What is 1 by 7? What is double of 7? 14 decimal. Then 14 double is 28. 28 double is 56. So one last change we'll make, instead of 56, we make it 57. So hope I have helped you to remember this 1 by 7, 2 by 7, 3 by 7, 4 by 7, 5 by 7. Because in the exam, if you look at, they give numbers or decimals which have certain significance. Randomly they don't give. So only to assess whether the student knows, okay, so have seen these numbers before and how to represent these numbers in another form. Okay, so look at the numbers and that is going to help you. So it takes little while for you to understand. Sahid says how 4 by 7, 4 for 4 by 7, how sir? So again, as I am telling you, Sahid, among the digits 1, 4, 2, 5, the first one is starting with 1, second one, sequence. If you arrange 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7 in ascending order, first comes 1, second comes 2. What is the third one? Now it is 4. What is the next one? You have used 1, you have used 2, you have used 4. What is the next? If I am put it in ascending order, it is going to be 5. So starting with 57 and then cyclical. After 57, 14, 28. So you have used 5. So basically 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7. If I have to arrange them in ascending order, 1, okay, so after 1 I will write 2. Then I will write 4. Then I will write 5. Then I will write 7. Then I will write 8. That is how it is starting. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. So hope you are able to get it, Sahid. If you remember this 14.2857, it is easy to write the other. Okay, so 1 by 8 is 12.5 and similarly 3 by 8, 3 multiplied 12.5 into 3, right? So you can also do this same thing the way you are doing for 1 by 8, 3 by 8. So whatever is 1 by 8 multiplied by 3 times. So similarly 1 by 7, if it is 14.2857, so 14 double is 28. So that is how you could, okay, so 3 times 14, okay, 4 times 14, like that also you can think. 5 times nearest, starting with which number? Okay, 6 times, starting with, okay, which number? So 5 by 8, again 7 by 8. Again, this number could be given in the exam. So what is 87.5% of, say, 1600? What is 87 point? Somewhere in the calculation you are getting like this, 87.5% of 600. So quickly, when you are able to remember, 87.5% can also be represented as 7 by 8 multiplied by 1600. 8 will go 2 times. So answer will be how much? 1400. Okay, at least familiarity. Probably in one day you may not be able to know everything, but if you spend little time understanding these numbers or these percentages, will definitely reduce time or help you to calculate fast in the exam. Again, easy to remember is 1 by 9. 1 by 9 starting, okay, all or ones. 2 by 9. Okay, so again reverse form. If I have to ask you what is 1 by 11, it is 9.09. So if I am dividing by 9, answer is in ones. If I am dividing by 11, answer is in nines. That is how you can remember. So 2 by 9, okay, 11.11, okay, two decimals. I think there is an error here. There is no decimal here, right? And 4 by 9, 44, 5 by 9, 55, 7 by 9, 8 by 9. Easy to remember. So tens I'm skipping because you know about tens. 1 by 11, 9.09, 2 by 11, 18.18, 3 by 11, 27.27, and 36.36, 45.45, like that. And 1 by 12, if you look at 8.33, 5 by 12, 7 by 12, 11 by 12. So this you can download and go through these tables so that it will be easy for you to understand. Okay, so let's do some questions, little variations, okay. So variations in the questions, that aspect also we will be discussing. Variations in the questions, even ratio proportion has, okay, variations. So Pragata was asking me, so how to handle different variations. If you look at the question paper, I try to cover all the variations. I might say model, I might say variation, or I might say a different word, but generally all the questions are covered in the question paper. Say for example, this is calculation based. So try to do this. 32% of a number exceeds 12% of the same number by 80. What is the number? So one request to the students, so you have to bring in your friends also. So you might be moving with some of the close friends, maybe 2 friends, 3 friends as a group. Generally students move in groups. The group may be 2-member group, 3-member group, 4-member group. So try to bring all of them, okay, because it is important. So first round is the aptitude round. First round is the aptitude round. Yeah, Rohit says answer is 400. So please ask your friends to attend the class. 32, I don't know the number. So 32% of a number. Because I don't know the number, I am thinking let that be X. What is the number? I don't know. Let it be X. So 32% of a number exceeds 12% of the same number by 80. So now I have little confusion with these words. So what is that I have to, okay? What is that I have to use? Okay, so words will have literal meaning. Words will have literal meaning and words will have context meaning or contextual meaning. Okay, depending on the context, you have to think in a different way. And sometimes it may have a literal meaning, exactly as in the dictionary. So here exceeds, if you look at this exceeds word, literal meaning could be increase or it could be more. Okay, this is something like literal meaning. But what is the context on how this word is used here? 32% of a number exceeds 12% of the same number. So I am just giving you an example. I am saying number 7 exceeds number 3. Number 7, that is my first number. Number 3 is my second number. I am comparing two numbers and giving a statement like this. First number is exceeding the second number by 4. Number 7 exceeds number 3 by 4. That means first number is more when compared to the second number by 4. So what symbol I'll be using here? Even though I'm saying first number is more when compared to second number. Okay, so contextually I'm comparing two numbers and giving you the difference of these two numbers. What symbol you'll use here? Minus. First number is more compared to second number by how much? 4. That means I have to put minus symbol there. Okay, so here what will be the symbol? Symbol will be minus. So I take LCM as 100. So this will be 32x minus 12x is equal to 8. So 32 minus 12 is 20x by 100 is equal to 80. So now I can do certain cancellations. 20 will go 5 times. What is x value? X value is 4. Yeah, perfect. Rohit is right. Sahit is right. I request Akshita to participate, Antra to participate, Jashwant to participate, Pragata, please, Renuka. No need to write the question. You can download the question paper and you will have the same question number and question. So what you have to do is as soon as I display, please try to work it out. If you have difficulty in putting it in chat box, sometimes you might be attending the class through your mobile phone. If it is easy for you to unmute and tell the answer, please. Okay, so let's take up the next question now. Okay, this is variation 2. Say for example, examination based question. So this is how it will be. Read it, try to understand it and try to answer it. Yeah, Sahid says answer is 500. Others also try. You might get a different answer. Don't worry. Okay. So just be confident about your calculation and tell the answer. At least I know that you are working it out. I'm not expecting right answers, but okay. If you give right answer, definitely I'm going to appreciate it. Even if you give wrong answer also, I will appreciate because at least you are working. Yeah, Sahit corrected himself and says it is 250. Okay. So how to frame the equation? A student has to get 38% of the marks to pass the exam. So in order to pass, how much the student had to get? 38% marks. So that means out of 100, the student had to score 38. But we don't know the maximum marks. So we don't know this exam is conducted for 100 marks or 200 marks or 300 marks or 400 marks. We don't know. That means I can say 38% of say X. 38% of X. Whatever be. Exam could be for 500 marks or 300 marks. So the student has to get 38% of that maximum mark. Okay. So we are done with the first statement. Kiran got 81 marks and failed by 14 marks. So how do you understand this statement? Kiran already scored 81 marks. Unfortunately, he is failed by 14 marks. Had Kiran also got 14 marks, what is the status of the Kiran? He would have been passed. Had he got 14 more marks, he already secured 81. Had he got 14 more marks, the status of Kiran would have been passed. That means if I try to equate pass marks with pass marks, 38% of X is pass marks. In other words, 95 is also pass marks in this exam. If the student scores 95, he is deemed to be passed. And the student scores 38% of the maximum mark X, again the student is deemed to be passed. So I am trying to balance this equation, that is my left hand side should be equal to my right hand side. Left hand side 38% of x. Right hand side is 95 bar. So try to get x value now. So I can say 19 will go 2 times here. 19 will go 5 times here. 2 will go again 50 times here. So what is x value? 50 into 5, which is 250. So trying to frame the equation, from the first sentence you are gathering some information, from the second sentence again you are gathering some information. Now trying to put it together and see what best can be done so that you will be able to answer the question. Yeah, Rohit says 250. Sahit also said 250. Okay, so shall we go forward now? Try this one. This is again examination based question in percentages. In a school of 600 students, okay, 600 students is the strength of the school. Now he is splitting this 600 into girls and boys and says 40% of this 600 is girls and 30. Okay, so we have to stop here. 40% are girls and then he said 30% of the boys. So boys, how much? 40% are girls means I can interpret boys as 60%. Out of 600, 40% are girls. Okay, in other words, what is the balance? Balance is 60%. So 60% of 600 should be boys. So we are done with the first statement. Then 30% of the boys. So whatever number I am going to get, again in this, okay, 30% and 50% of the girls fail the exam. What percentage of the students? Okay, Sahit says 228. No. Sahit is asking percentage. Finally, you have to tell the answer not in numbers. You have to tell it in percentage. What percentage of the students in the schools pass the exam? So answer not physical numbers. It has to be converted to percentage. So this is the long form of doing the question. This is the long form. Okay, so if you are doing it step by step like this, you require more number. What is the shortcut in this? What is the shortcut? First, I will drive the concept and then introduce you shortcuts. First of all, you should know the concepts. So only when you know the concepts, you will be able to understand the shortcuts. And shortcuts always comes with, okay, certain conditions. So where to apply, where not to apply, that awareness will come only when you know the concept. So blindly following shortcuts sometimes, okay, so certain questions, if you apply shortcuts, you will end up getting wrong answer. So it is something like, okay, so you should know where to use, where not to use. Okay, so when it comes to this one definitely you can use shortcut, but because you have to give answer finally in percentage. Finally in percentage. Okay, so let's start with 100. Because I want to give answer in percentage, I am starting with 100. Instead of 600 students, I am thinking let the students be 100. Now it is simple. 40% are girls. That means out of 100, 40 girls. Now how about boys? Boys will be 60. Hope you have understood this step. If the students are 100, 40 of them are girls, balance 60 will be boys. Now come to this part, 30% of the boys. So now I am doing 30% of the boys. Boys are 60, 30% will be two zeros is cancelled. It is 18. And then 50% of the girls, I need not actually write this 50%. Intelligent student will straight away write 20. Why waste of time writing 50 by 100? 50% of 40, how much? Half of it, no? 20. What happened to them? They have failed the exam. They have failed the exam. Out of 100, what is the failed status? The failed status is in terms of percentage, because it's already 100 now. I can say 38% of them failed. Then how to know how many of them have passed in percentage? So the balance. So balance out of 100, 38% failed means 62% passed the exam. So this is how you will be. Yeah, Pragata 62 perfect, Sahit 62 perfect. So this is how you will be thinking and answering this question. Little practice, okay? With first attempt you may not be able to get it, but with little practice, so if you practice 20 questions, 30 questions, 40 questions, percentages, mind will be starting thinking in a different way. Okay, so anything you take, okay, practice gives you that confidence. Practice is directly proportional to confidence. More practice, more confident. It is just liking, okay, so some of you know how to drive a two-wheeler, some of you know how to drive a car. If you are driving a okay two-wheeler with gear or a car with gears, so initially you might be thinking, okay, how to put the first gear, and then after little acceleration and you change it to second, now third, now okay, little more speed, and then fourth. Okay. So after 1 month, 2 months of practice, you automatically start changing the gears. At the same time, okay, so you will give acceleration, you will apply brake when it is required to apply brake, speed breaker had come, you have to apply brake, quickly you change the gears, you get it to 2, then again 3, then again 4. Okay, so automatically everything happens. In the first, okay, when you drive for the first time, second time, third time, okay, lots of confusion in your mind when to change the gears. But with 1 month, 2 months of practice, automatically gear change happens. So it is similar to that. Little practice, okay, will help you to understand better, and little more practice. Now you are gaining confidence. With more practice, now you are confident to take the exam. So practice is the key. I might tell only 10 questions, 15 questions in the class, but if you practice 30, 35, 40 questions, then automatically your confidence levels will go up. Concepts wise, I might be covering, okay, in those 10 questions, 15 questions, but okay, more practice, same question with different numbers. Okay, so let's move forward now. Hope you have understood this question. Okay, without using pen paper, try to answer this question. Read the question, get what is important in this question. I am giving you choices in the exam. Okay, so you have choices, but here in practice, I am not giving you choices because I want you to work it out and tell me the answer. Once I give you the choices, you start guessing the answers. So in this question, exception is there. You can try to guess the answer. And I want you to guess it right. No pen paper. 30 seconds is there for you to answer. Last question, somebody is okay, time is going to time out in 30 seconds. You want to quickly mark the answer. How do you do it? So you can put, yeah, Sahit says it is B choice. He says corrected it to A. Akshita says A. Pragata A. Rohit A. Antra A. Okay, so now that most of you have got the clue, one of you please unmute and tell me what is that you are searching for.
Difference 9.
Yeah, Sahid, fantastic. So that means, okay, two students appeared at an examination. One of them secured 9 more marks than the other. This is the key expression. One of them scored 9 more marks than the other, and his marks 56% of the sum of them. What are the marks obtained by them? And please remember, there is no none of these. Deliberately, this question is not having this option, none of this. Okay, when this is not there, one of them should be your answer. So what are you searching for? Difference of 9 marks. You are searching for a difference of 9 marks. Because one of them scored 9 more marks than the other. So when I quickly look at it, 4 plus 4, difference is 8 here. 11 marks is the difference. 36, 4 and 2, 6 marks is the difference. 33, 7 plus 2, 9 marks is the difference, and my answer will be A choice. So in the exam also, you should watch out for at least one question or two questions of this type. Not necessary. If you start using pen paper for all the questions, time may not be sufficient. So some intelligent guessing is also required in competitive exams. Wherever you can rule it out or wherever you can clearly eliminate some of the choices and just focus on that one choice or two choice you are thinking or intuition is telling you this could be the right one. Okay, not for all. At least, okay, one or two questions you should, in 5 seconds, 10 seconds, that means you are saving your time to answer other questions. So there is no point in, okay, in this question again, okay, checking is it right or wrong. Okay, 9 marks is difference and 100% it is the right answer. If somebody wants to go by how to solve this, okay, so he says and his mark. So first of all, if one student is getting X, the other student is getting 9 more marks. That is X plus 9. And his marks means the person who got X plus 9 is 56%. 56% of what? 56% of sum of their marks. What is the sum of their marks? If I add both of them, that becomes sum of their mark. X plus 9. So this is how you can solve and get the X value. Once you get the X value, you will also get X plus 9 value. So if you have to solve, you have to use an equation to solve. Easiest way is because there is no none of this, I am at liberty to take the guess. Examiner is not looking at the, okay, how you have got the answer. They are only looking at whether it is right or wrong. Okay, so let's go forward now. Yeah, Akshita, right. Difference of 9, Akshita, nice. Okay, Sahit also said the same thing. Okay, again, concept-based question. This is a concept-based question. Try to answer this. Yeah, Akshita is first to respond. D choice, Sahit, D choice. Yeah, Jashwant, D choice. Antra, same. Rohit, D choice. Perfect. Okay. So here, A is X% of Y. Okay, sometimes in competitive exams, some questions as it is, they might get repeated. At least 5% of the questions, 10% of the questions, 20% of the questions, a repetition may be there. So if you have seen this question before or practiced this question and the same question is appearing in the exam, you will, okay, save a lot of time. So here A is X% of Y. X% means X by 100, of Y means multiplied by Y. And what is B? B is Y%. That means Y by 100 of X. Now you see A is XY by 100 and B is YX by 100. So in other words, I can say A equals B. Jashwant, right. This is only to help you. Are you remembering the questions which were taught earlier? Good point you have raised, Jashwant. So I only want to test whether the student, as soon as they see, they should be able to remember that you should have done it. Okay, so some of you might have missed the class. Okay, so don't worry if somebody had missed this class because this is covered in the equations chapter. Okay, A equals B. So what is the relationship? The relationship is equality relationship. So it is A is greater than B? No. A is smaller? No. A relation between A and B cannot be determined? No. It can be determined. What is the relationship? It is equal. So what is your answer then? Answer is the D choice. Right answer is D choice. None of this is the right answer. So sometimes as it is, they will come in the exam. Don't expect okay many to be repeated. They will definitely want to change certain numbers. And some companies don't do this okay R&D. They don't have time to replace the numbers. Okay, so they might pull from the previous okay, so which are given in the exam. Okay, even okay exams where there is no separate team to structure these questions or frame these questions and give. Okay, so what do? They go by the previous okay, so pick up some questions from the previous exams and give. So application of the above property. So what is that? So sometimes this can be used as a okay shortcut. Say for example 46% of 50. Quickly tell me what could be the answer. Yeah, Sahid 23, Akshita 4.6. So this is okay percentage. You see X% of Y is same as Y% of X. That means this percentage can be transferred. X%, here it is Y%. This percentage, if I transfer it here, it is what is okay 50% of 46. What is 50% of 46? 46% of 50 can also be written as what is 50% of 46. 50% of 46, okay, 1 by 2 of 46. 1 by 2 of 46 is what? 23. Mentally, you can, okay, transfer this percentage symbol to the other one. 50% is nothing but 1 by 2. 1 by 2 of 46 is 23. Or mentally you can 46 into 50. So 50 will go 2 times, 46 by 2 is 23. So one more, 48% of 25. Mentally, don't use pen paper. I can transfer the percentage symbol to 25. Yeah, Sahit 12. Others? So mentally, instead of 48%, what is that I am thinking? 25% of 48. Akshita 12, Pragata 12. I'm thinking now, because I can transfer the percentage symbol, instead of 48%, I'm thinking 25%. What is 25% of 48? 25% is 1 by 4. 48 1 by 4 is 12. Okay, so this is the application of the above property. If you know this one, x percent of y is same as y percent of x, so you can use it in calculations. You can use this in calculation. So mentally, I'm not looking at 48%. If I think 48%, it looks difficult. If I think 48 of 25%, it becomes easy. If I'm reading the same thing as 48 of 25%, it becomes easy for me. But if I read 48% of 25, then it becomes difficult. Understand the numbers. Same numbers might look at times difficult. And if you translate, okay, left, right, and make some changes, they appear easy. Okay, so this concept is very, very important concept, a variation 3. Tomorrow I will cover this. So please ensure that this table, I'll just go back and, okay, I'll just go back and reiterate. So all of you, please go through today. I'm giving you time, at least this one. Okay, at least this one. Try many of. I'm not saying that you should get everything or all of them. At least try to maximize and see how best you can remember most of them. Because this concept again we'll use it tomorrow. This concept we'll use tomorrow to answer some questions. So I'm giving you a day's time. Try to get as many as possible. If not all of them, at least as many as possible. Sahit, you can download the paper. Okay, you can download the PDF. It is exactly it is same. Okay, I convert because PPT takes lot of space. So I convert into PDF format and put it or upload it in the site. PPT generally takes more space. So the same thing is converted to PDF and it is save as PDF and I'll upload PDF. Done. So we'll stop here. Tomorrow we'll catch up. You may now leave the call.